Just watch. Okay, so this is a game which I played against 1880. By the way, you'll notice that my elo is actually 1929. In the other videos, it's like 1500. Well, this is my bliss elo, but the rapid elo is actually the indication of skill, like on chess.com. The bliss and the bullet elo is not the actual indication of skill. Well, let's jump into the game first. So I'm playing as black. So he started the game with e4. I played c5. I played e6. He played g3. I go knight c6. He played bishop j2, and I go knight to f6. All this have been seen and played. d3, d5. So here I actually made quite of inaccuracy. Chess.com doesn't think so. He took, I took, and then bishop to g5, pinning my knight. And I go bishop e7, queen d2, and I went h6. Now he blundered. He went bishop h4, which loses a bishop on the spot. You might ask, okay, this is a 1880 player, almost 1900. But this is a blitz game. He did not spend a lot of time. He played too fast. Take. I got, and then I go bishop e6, protecting my pawn. He long castled. I go knight e4. He played queen to e3. I took the knight, damaging the pawn structure, and then I go queen a5, attacking the a2 pawn and the c3 pawn together, and force the king to move forward to protect the two pawns. I went c4, try to put in pressure and attack on the side, which is not the best decision. Certainly not. He went d4. It's actually quite decent for me since he actually closed the position, and it's me who's attacking. My king is pretty much safe. And I go queen to a3 check, which is not the best move. I don't know what's the best move then, but you know. King e1, I went b5, just consolidating, but it's not the best move either. Rook b1, a6, knight to e2, and I went long castle. It's kind of obvious that you don't want a short castle. There's like a tons of cannons pointing at you, and you've lost 2 pawns here. So knight f4 played, bishop g5, pinning the knight, so I don't want to lose the light square bishop. And then h4 was played, and I took the knight, took back, and then rook d g8 attacking the bishop. Then bishop h3 trying to trade off, I guess, and I took it because, I'm up a piece. So I went king c7. He went h5, and I went back with my knight to kind of stop this pawn. But then he pushed again, which just gave me the chance to win this pawn. And rook to e1 was played, and I just took the pawn. And he, as the time is ticking, I don't think that he saw that my queen on the other side of the board was seeing the knight on the e7. He took the knight. By the way, it was an excellent move though. I have no idea why. So queen g3 was played. I don't know why is that the best move. I went f5, and king to b2 was played. At this point we had the same time, but then I started a little bit of panic. So I went rook h3, he went queen to g2, and then I went a5 to try to break through, but actually I forgot that this pawn was hanging. I just forgot about it completely. I should have go like queen to e6 or d6 to protect this pawn, but I didn't. Took on d5, I went queen d7, and then check, and I went king b7, and king a3. I think his idea was to like create sort of a discover attack or something, But then I just took the pawn's check, and he went there, and I got back. I'm not pretty sure if this was working, but I think the problem is that you can just take the pawn. Here the engine is actually saying that you can check. And if you take, is queen takes was check, king to a2, and rook to a8. And if you take back, I take back, and it's gonna be mate in a few moves. I didn't see that at all. Anyway, I played rook back, and then he played rook e1, and I played rook e8 to try to trade off the rooks, and he played rook e5, and I still took it. And then queen c7 tried to trade off the queens, and I blocked. He went back, and then I took it. Then I go king c6. By the way, I don't have a lot of time anymore. I have like 6.7 seconds. He went e6. I went rook back to h8 to stop the promotion, and rook e8 to win the pawn. And then king to d2. I just took the pawn because I did not have a lot of time, and then I just ran forward. But now he made an inaccuracy, and I spotted that he did not play the move c3, so that I can play the c3, and he went here. I spotted the mate because those squares were controlled in 3 seconds. I panicked, and I didn't find a great move. I played here, but then he also sort of blundered, and then I went here to control the squares and open up my rook. And now one of the only moves is to go king to c1. If not, just push the pawn and be taken, and king to c1 was forced to be played. I won the game in the last second. It was a pre-move, by the way. 0.9 seconds. I literally checkmated him with 0 seconds on the clock. Chess.com after this game thought that I'm 2300. So that was how I checkmated my opponent in the 0.9 second. And don't forget to subscribe.